This is Superstitions and Traditions podcast. I'm Kristen, and today we are joined by Luna with Bare Natural Candles and More. It is nice to
Hi,
see
it's so
you.
good to be here. I'm so excited.
Me too.
Nice
I
to see you as well.
love your candles.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
And I actually gave some as Christmas gifts, and my friends loved your candles also.
Mm. Oh, really? Oh, that makes me so happy. I put so much love into every single one of them is handmade by me, each individually. So
Wow,
every candle is its own experience.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you do other things as well. I have some of your room sprays also, and I love
Yes.
them.
Yes.
And then you had like some skincare that I haven't tried yet.
Yes. Yeah, so you actually have a little sample of our Resuscitate All Natural Sugar Scrub coming in your order that is on its way home to you. Thank you again so much for that. So you will get to try that. And you'll have to let me know what you think. But yes, so the body spray, the room linen body spray that you're mentioning is my own design. I spent hours researching, trying to get something with as little ingredients as possible, something that would evaporate quickly but stay for a long time. And after countless hours, that beautiful spray has been born. And so our simple spray is now loved by countless people at this point. It's amazing.
That's awesome. It is amazing. It smells, and I love your names. The names of your products are just creative. Rest
Thank
in
you.
peace, and that one's my favorite.
Yeah.
Time for tea, I think.
Oh, really? Is it? Oh, yeah, the late for tea. Yeah, the
Late for
late for
yeah.
tea is our white tea inspired. Yes. And I did not know how much white tea was loved until I started putting that scent out there. And wow, but it is a beautiful one.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love that scent too. So the Bahama
I'm
Mama,
so
I
happy
think,
to hear
is
that.
my favorite summer for summer. So
Oh,
that's the one I've been using.
oh, yes. That one is actually inspired by a drink that we experienced in the Bahamas when we went as a family. And that one, I tell you, I can't get enough of it myself personally. Every time I make it, I question if I actually want to put it on the website or
Yep, keep it. Yep, I understand that. And then you
I
also
have to share.
do you do tarot readings or
Yes, so I do work as a spiritual consultant as well. It's been about 3 years that I've been sharing my gift for seeing and hearing and feeling things a little bit differently. And I'm blessed to have many clients that have come and experienced a session with me.
that's awesome. So how did you get into that?
So that's been a little bit of a lifelong journey for me. I was around the age of about 13 when I started really feeling called to magic. And after countless years of just growing and discovering, what it meant and felt like to me, I find myself here now today, embracing it to its fullest and sharing it with the rest of the world.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So you said you were 13. Was it just like you noticed things
Mm.
that other people didn't notice or
Yeah, I had started hearing stories from my family about my quote imaginary friends that I would be talking to, but they had whole names and stories and everything. And I learned then, was talking to people who are no longer here with us at a very early age. And so that kind of, started my awakening, so to speak.
that's awesome.
And from there,
I
I just kind of had little different types in it. Yeah, one thing after another.
yeah, my middle daughter has done that her whole life, which she's
Oh,
13 now.
oh,
When she was little,
okay.
she would tell me, Mom, two kids lived here and just, weird,
Oh,
random
wow.
things. And
Yeah.
so it
Yeah.
was,
Oh, wow. Well, I think she might got a little bit of magic in her there.
uh-huh.
I love that for you guys. That's amazing.
And it was just a kind of, you know, imaginary friends, dismissive
Yeah.
until my grandparents died.
Right.
When my
Oh,
grandparents, they died 2 months apart. And my
okay.
grandma died in the house that they had lived in since before I was born. And grandpa
Okay.
was in the hospital.
Okay.
Grandpa decided, he was ready to stop the dialysis and ready to go home and to
Oh,
grandma. But he asked us to take him
okay.
home first. So he was
Oh,
in their house for a week before he passed. And it was
okay.
after he passed, we had gone back to the house, to settle things and clean up. And she looked
Right.
around and she said, Mama, grandma's gone. I said, well, honey, grandma passed away. And she said, I
Oh,
know, but she was here with grandpa.
right.
And so I guess, she was hanging out
Wow.
waiting to take grandpa home with
Okay.
her. And that's when I'm like, okay, this is
Okay.
more than just imaginary friends. This is
Right, right. It's crazy because when you're younger, you don't really, understand how you really sense other energies or
Mhm.
presences just in people that are around you in the day to day, right? So let alone, the people that are no longer here and how those energies, are different, but still have their similarities. So to be able to kind of pick up that that's what's going on. And I think that when you get older and then you start realizing what's happening, it's like, whoa, it's a whole new world. So
that
yeah,
that is that's
she's gonna, yeah, that's amazing. I think she's gonna grow with that gift. Don't
she
mind me
does.
saying so.
She
That's
embraces
beautiful.
it. So one
Wow.
thing I've told her,
Wow.
don't let people tell you you're weird or because everybody is
Yeah.
wanting to dismiss it and oh, she'll outgrow it. I'm like, I think that's the problem with all of us. We outgrew it because we
Right.
were
Right.
dismissed so much.
Right, right. And I think it comes down to different generations and things as well,
Mhm.
and people's beliefs and just what, does actually get handed down through the years and, passed on through generations. And so we start looking at ancestry and things in that nature. And, it's definitely a lot. I think that, people kind of don't really realize.
Right. Right. So, well, that's just neat. That's really neat.
Yeah.
So, do you do like phone consults or in person or a mixture?
So yeah, so I actually do a few different options. I have clients that come to see me with a video chat, but it's a very similar experience to this here with just us kind of chatting and going over questions that they have. Or sometimes they just come to me and say, Luna, I don't know, but something just doesn't feel right. Can you help me? And we sit and just kind of figure things out. And then I do an email option for people that prefer maybe a little less social interaction. And I have a audio call option as well for people that are more comfortable with something along that nature. So, some different things for everybody.
That's awesome. So, do you just, how does it work? How do you feel them or sense?
It's a way of just looking at it for me. I just sort of see almost like I'm looking at a person's energy and life in my head as if I'm watching a movie. And I have different things that will come over me either just through the actual energy from the person. I do use the tarot as one of my main tools. I work with runes and oracles and other things as well. But a lot of it just comes from my natural sight.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, what is something about like a common belief about your work that you have found wasn't true, but you're having to tell people like that's not how this works or
I think a common belief is that there is so much similar spiritual and environment work as far as, going and speaking with somebody and consulting. And that's why, oftentimes we will say that, this type of work is not a replacement for proper mental health care, because that can commonly be a belief. And, we have to ensure that we're educating that there is definitely a difference between magic and medicine, so I think that people just often maybe misinterpret what the actual depth to what we do is.
Okay, I that is something I completely understand. I do herbal
Yeah.
care and herbal home care, and like my kids
Oh,
take
okay.
leaves instead of band-aids. So we use like holy lamb's ear as a
Love it.
band-aid instead. So that
Oh, I love that.
yes. So that is something that, people will say, well, you do herbal, why do you take prescriptions? Well, because they work hand in hand.
Right,
One is not a
right, right.
replacement for the other.
Right, right, exactly. I myself really try to use everything as natural as I can, and that was a big inspiration for the products themselves and actually creating the business itself. I'm just my way of loving for nature and a more natural and kind of authentic way, and as much as I have love for Western medicines and things of the nature that we have today, it's just a little closer to my heart to go a little bit more old ways.
Right. Right. Yeah. And your candles are soy based, right?
Yes, they are 100% soy. Now, what most people do not know is that you can buy a soy candle off of a shelf in a store and they could label it that it is 100% soy candle, but that could be false because as long as the candle has a certain percentage of soy wax in it, it could be like an 80% paraffin wax candle and a
Oh,
little bit of soy, but they're just only telling you about the soy part. So it's definitely something to be mindful. But yes, ours are 100%.
awesome. And then are they essential oils or?
So technically, they are essential oils because the fragrances are based with essential oils to get the
Okay.
scent. So they are a synthetic type of fragrance makeup. They're not just with the essential oil alone, but they don't have all of the harmful ingredients and additives that most traditional fragrances do.
Awesome. What was your inspiration to do this? Just I know the answer
Well,
because I've seen your post on based on Instagram, but
Yeah, no, I love answering it. I wanted to be able to be home with my son. That's really where it truly all began. When I was starting to think, what do I want to do for my career that really feels, most authentic to me and something that I can enjoy a passion in that I have. And I thought, I want to be home with him. So what? Maybe I do something there, and I tried to look around, find work from home jobs, but nothing really fit. And having my own business felt like a really good idea, but I was a little nervous,
right. Yeah.
definitely a lot. And then I was actually smelling candles in Walmart one day, just trying to buy a candle. And I had the worst migraine come over me and I
Mhm.
felt awful. And I started at why. And so I started learning about all the chemicals and things. And I thought, oh no, that's just not going to be okay. And I thought, you know what? Wait, hold on a second. I could use my passion and love for candles and natural living and create a health alternative to all of these products that I use every day. It was literally right in front of my face.
That's
What
awesome.
I wanted to do in my passion. Yeah.
That's awesome. So does your son help you or does he have interest in?
He's a teenage boy, so he's loving the drums more than helping for
Ah,
the business right now. But
yeah.
he does put a hand in and help me with scents if I get confused, or he'll tell me if something smells funky. So
Well,
that's
that's
that's the
awesome.
biggest
Yeah,
one.
so he still has a hand in it.
Yeah, yeah. Something's always better than nothing.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, my oldest is 20, so she's in college, well, in college and has moved out, and I have an 11-year-old and a
Oh,
13-year-old at home. And it's like, just, you guys were so cute and you thought I hung the moon.
okay.
What happened? You wanted to be a part of everything. And then they pick up a clarinet
Oh,
or drums. And
just, right, right. Oh, one of them plays clarinet.
I have a clarinet player, a trumpet player, and I'll have a flute player this year.
Oh, how wonderful. It's so
Yeah.
funny. I played all three of those instruments during my time at those ages,
Oh, that's
and I actually mastered more in the flute.
oh,
So, yeah, that's really cool. I love
it
that for
is. It is.
them.
It's neat. It's neat. I had one rule, no clarinets. To me, they are whiny. I don't like them. You can play anything but the clarinet. And my middle daughter came
Right.
home with a clarinet, but assured me it was not because of Squidward on SpongeBob. Like
Okay.
you got a clarinet because you want to be like a cartoon squid. I know. But whatever floats your boat, I guess.
Right. If she's doing something that makes her
It,
happy and feeling fulfilled, then that's what it's all
that
about.
is. That is. And she's good at it and she loves it. And so it's just be that cartoon squid, babe. I
Oh,
got you.
absolutely. Absolutely. I think that, our kind of weirdness, the little things about us that, give us reasons to why to things just really make everything so much more enjoyable.
I do. I agree with that. I agree. Those,
Yeah.
silly little whatever it was that led you in this direction always ends
Right.
up being the best part of the story at the end of it.
Right, right. It's kind of like my smelling the candles in Walmart of all
Mhm.
things as well. But I walk past that aisle now today and I look at it like, I appreciate you. I'm grateful for
That's
you. You got
right.
me through when I needed some smell to make me happy, but I'm really happy I learned because now I
Uh-huh.
don't have the headaches and my allergies are not as bad and I feel much better and they're safe for pets too. So,
And they smell amazing. And they're so
yeah.
creative.
Thank you. That means so much to me. I put everything I have in me. It feels like every time I create a new scent, it starts with just the sort of vibe. What am I going for? What do I want? I made my October winds. Not sure if you've tried that
I
one
haven't
or
tried
not.
that one, but the traditions. Oh, I love that.
Oh. Okay, so that one I can tell you where that one came from. That came from my actual family's tradition that we do for our Christmas morning. We would always sit and have coffee and sit by this big, huge Christmas tree that my mom gets every year and just open our presents and have a good time. So when I was thinking for a holiday scent, I wanted something that I could put my family's love into,
Oh,
something
that's
that reminds me of that time. And yeah, so I combine that. So it's that peppermint mocha and that fir tree.
that's awesome. That's awesome. So October wins. How did that one come about?
Exactly. Yes. So that one is one of my beloved scents because it quite literally smells like October. And that's exactly what I wanted. I was making the fall scents a couple years back and I wanted something unique and different. And I thought, you know what? I love that smell when you first walk outside on like October 18th and it's been rainy and the skies are all cloudy and the leaves are
Oh,
all wet on the ground, and you're going to the grocery store and you first walk out and that smell hits you, you know? And so I tried to recreate that scent, and I've had many people tell me that I did a pretty good job. So I think, okay, I guess
I'm
I
adding it
think
to my
so.
list
So
now. It'll be my next purchase.
well, I'm so glad. Yes, definitely try it. It does come in my 2-ounce size as well. So our simple sprays are available in the 8-ounce and in the 2-ounce too for people that may just want to try a scent before they buy something, of a bigger size.
Awesome. Awesome. I think I
Yeah.
bought a combination of the two. That's what I have coming. It's
Right. Yes. Yes. I think you have our Lemonade Lake coming as well.
I
Yeah,
do.
I think you're really gonna like that one. If you're a lemon person, that one, I was never much of a lemon person, but that one changed my mind.
Awesome. Okay.
So yeah, yeah. I'm excited to hear what you think about them.
I'm excited to try it. Yeah, I now for me personally, if it says musk on it, I don't want to try it
Mhm.
just because I have that
Yes,
smell in my mind and I don't like
gotcha,
it. But
gotcha.
I did buy a little bottle of, I can't remember which one it was, but I'm like,
The
I just want to try it, just smell
yeah,
it.
yeah, and it's so crazy because things like that can really, mean multiple different things.
Right.
Like people hear floral and they think of like just rose, and it's like, well,
Uh-huh.
floral can also be just kind of like soft or delicate meaning, or more kind of, darker and deeper, more balanced, which I think is kind of how musk can define a
Right.
lot of the different scent palettes too. So it's super hard to try to find which word,
Right.
fits the things
Right.
best. But yeah, yeah. Well, I'm loving that for you. I think you're gonna like it.
Awesome. I can't wait. I think I will too. Um, so what is one of your favorite memories of this job, of this path in life?
Oh, I have so many. I think it's hard for me to choose a favorite, but I think that the one that really sticks out to me most is the first moment that I actually sat down and realized, wow, I started this with no knowledge, no experience, just passion and a dream. And here I am almost 6 years later, coming up this October is going to be our 6 years since I said I was going to start doing it. And I get to feel that gratitude, that I believed in myself. I thought this might sound impossible, but I'm going for it, you know? And so that first kind of moment of gratitude that I had just really sticks with me. It kind of sparks everything. The amount of people that have come across my path that have tried our products and they say, I love the scent. It makes me feel relaxed and I can't live without it. Or, the people that tell me, Luna, you really changed my life. I don't know how I would have gotten through, XYZ without you. And it's just such a beautiful and, grateful experience to have.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. So I have tons of questions
No,
for you.
it's okay. It is okay. Fire away. That's what I'm used to. People asking me all the questions.
Okay. So what strength that you possess was like your
Mhm.
I'm channeling this and jumping in.
I think it's really just that, my strength. Yeah, so I think that because of that, with my own journey and everything that I've been through and having to keep myself going and keep telling myself I haven't given it all I've got, because it's so many areas that take so much of it.
That is, yeah, strength that you have to have it.
Yeah.
Definitely. And it comes from places you didn't even know you had it too. Sometimes we're pulling it from our toenails or
Oh
something.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh. And now you've got a whole tribe of us out here believing in you too. So
Yeah,
borrow ours
absolutely.
when
And
you need it.
absolutely. And I have to thank you too. In person here with you for all of your support. It truly means so much to me. It is people like you that, find us and just give it a try and say, hey, she's got something here that it's helped me get to where I am today. I appreciate you very much.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate you too. That's the first thing I do when I get home from work is light my candle.
Oh, I love that so much. Yeah.
How
So,
do you recharge after?
oh,
What you do has to be like
oh,
energy draining sometimes,
uh,
especially with
yes.
the tarot and the psychic and the
Yeah.
mediumship.
Yeah. Yeah, I find a lot of peace just in my own company, and having time of just solitude where I can breathe and think or do something that makes me happy. And I think that just that kind of moment alone is probably the biggest thing that I would say helps me. Of course, time with my son
Of
is
course.
definitely there too. But, these teenage years, I had to get, happy with it just being me because
Mhm.
he's got friends. So,
Yes, yes. I understand that one too.
yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
I am definitely an introvert. I have more extrovert tendencies, characteristics, so to speak. I can be an extrovert when needed, but I would like to go home, very soon after I arrive somewhere.
Yep, that makes I'm a social worker. I'm actually an area director.
Okay.
So
Oh, wow.
I I work with people with developmental disabilities and we provide residential staffing. I am an
Oh, wow.
introvert.
Wow.
This I am an
Wow.
introvert living in an extroverted world and forced to extrovert. So that makes perfect sense to me. You do what you have to
Okay, I
do
was going to
to
say,
and then go
yes, so
home by
you
yourself. Yeah.
completely understand. Yeah,
Yes.
that's exactly what it's like.
Yeah, there are times in the afternoon, Thursdays, Fridays especially. I'm like, listen, I'm shutting my
Oh my
door.
God.
I love you
Oh
all.
yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah,
If it's an emergency, call me. But I'm shutting my office door.
And I think that that's amazing. That's one of the things I call it a boundary with myself. I'm the same way with my Sundays, and I just shut myself in, and that's how I have my, recharge from everything is I take one day that I tell everybody, please let it be life, death, or blood or desperation.
That's
You know, if
awesome.
you have to talk to me.
That's good advice. That's really
Yeah.
this
Because
is my
you
day.
really do just have to, have, and I think it's hard because sometimes, people can view it as, well, it comes off a little selfish maybe though, or, I feel bad and say, well, I completely understand, but I like to feel like it's a lot easier to give when your cup is full, and you have
Exactly.
some overpouring that you can share, otherwise you're not going to be able to really contribute as much if you yourself are feeling pretty depleted, so
So
it makes
and
sense.
it does. It does. And there are different
Yeah,
levels of an emergency. What is an emergency to me might
right,
not be to you. So like where do you
right,
draw that line?
right. For me, it's one of those things that if it's something that really sounds like you cannot wait, then for me, I'll say, okay, then we can chat about it. But I take it on a little bit of a scale of 1 to 10. Is this something that might need 20 minutes or 2 hours or, where are we at? And I kind of use that as a way to keep things balanced.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What is the best feedback you've received?
I think the best feedback that I've received is that I'm not wanted to retire. People do not like hearing me joke that I'm going to retire.
That's awesome.
And so I think, okay, well, you know what? If you do not want me to go anywhere, I think that's probably the best thing
Right.
that I could hear. So yeah, I think it's another one of those, it's hard to really choose exactly, one person's review. I have so many that sometimes I just sit and look over them and think, these are all priceless to me. How can I choose?
With the mediumship work, do you get
Mm.
does that get icky sometimes or
It doesn't for me because the way that it is for me, and I feel like everybody who, has their practices and, for what their beliefs and things are for it. For me, I don't offer it as something as a service to just anybody. It's actually something that's very exclusive, and I have to have a certain approval, so to speak, from my guides and ancestors beside me that will guide and protect through the connection. And then also, the comfort from the spirit that I'm going to be connecting with as well to be there before I can actually have a secure and safe connection. So, yeah, it's
Awesome.
a, it's a little bit more of a process.
Yeah. So have you started one and you've just felt from your ancestors that it's time to end this or let's not go further?
No, I actually have not. I have actually had the opposite where I've had additional spirits for people added, and I've channeled up to three spirits at once for one person in a session.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you are guided even before we get to like this point right here where I'm
Mhm.
doing this reading for you. It's shut down before you've even had to worry about it then, it sounds like.
Right, right. So if there's anything that, because I have many people that are close with me that, have people that are no longer here. But for whatever reason, depending on the depth of the connection between us, or maybe if the person that they would want to connect to is just not really comfortable coming forward, or if my guides and ancestors feel as though I'm not the best person to do the channeling and the connection with, it will not even be an energy that will come across me as something to start being mindful of.
Okay. This fascinates me.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I love talking about it. So it's really nice to have somebody that wants to hear it.
Yes, yes. To me, it's just, I feel like myself, I can feel the energy. Like I can walk into a
Oh,
place and be like, this is bad, or something
uh-huh.
bad, has happened here.
Right.
Um, and I do a lot of house blessings and stuff for my friends and coworkers. It's not something I advertise or tell people because I live in a
Okay.
small town in Oklahoma, but
Okay.
so but there's just for me it's just a quick sense like this is something is off
Yeah.
and let's just do this and sage or
Okay.
rosemary whatever I'm feeling
Okay.
you know from my ancestors mine I rely a lot on my native
Right.
heritage and
Okay.
I've learned from that but it just I don't pick up as well as you do
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. Mhm.
I wouldn't be able to pinpoint, oh, this is your grandmother or this is, and they're telling you this.
Gotcha.
What I
Gotcha.
can say is there's something and it's good. We're not
Right.
going to run this out, or something is here, it is not okay, and we're going to run it out. That is the extended
Right.
time.
Right. Yeah, I think it really is just different, for
Mhm.
everybody. And then there are a lot of people that will have a spiritual practice, but they do not possess a gift or, to anything to try to get some sort of communication.
Right.
I find that it's a little bit of a sensitive topic, so please forgive my stumbling over my words. But in
You're
my,
right. It is.
communication with things with other people, and just
Uh-huh.
for the, respect of all viewers and everything, that it's just my belief, that I feel that I have a natural gift for it,
Right.
and I haven't really educated myself more on developing a gift for it, so I can't really speak to that.
I
I
am
know
right
that
there with you.
for yeah. So so I always want to, be very respectful in saying that. But for me, it, comes through, I will have either sometimes the spirit will fully present themselves and they'll hang around and start giving me signs of them. And then I'll start interacting with certain people. And if the spirit's more present around that person, or certain signs and things come through to me from that person, and then somebody will talk about it, and I'll say, can I please run this by you? Do you have a man in your family who's maybe about 5'4", very short, doesn't have, any hair in the middle, a little bit of a mustache, glasses, and the amount of times that I've had moments like that and people were like, yeah, I'm like, okay, well, you're going to be here with me for a little while because I've got a printer piece of paper that's got about 50 different signs and synchronicities and random messages that I have no idea if this is going to make sense to you or not, but it came through and sure enough. So
So you
it's a
see like
wild
the person they were.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so not oftentimes will spirits show themselves to me fully. I've had some spirits that did not actually show themselves to me until I was actually in the session with their family member or friend or whoever, the relation. And then they would start revealing themselves more. And I feel that that's a safety energy,
Right.
that once they feel more connected, they'll start coming through more. But sometimes they will right off the bat and they'll use their appearance or things about that as a way for me to have a, hey, did
Right.
you maybe know somebody? And sometimes they show me themselves right before they passed, and sometimes they'll show me them when they were 25 years old.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's crazy.
It's just
Mhm.
maybe when they were comfortable or when they feel that the person you're talking to would be comfortable.
Right. Sometimes I find that the spirit seems to be more present in when they felt most authentically themselves,
Okay.
if that makes any sense.
Hmm. I had the Peoria State School in Illinois. There was a lady named Rhoda Deary who lived there that had some kind of mental illness that in the 1800s wasn't named. Um,
Oh, wow.
and she ended up in an almshouse for 44 years in a Utica bed, unable to sit. You can't even, I mean, they're this tall. You can't even sit up in
Oh,
them.
oh,
Um,
wow.
and so I was kind of researching her story for my podcast, and I was listening to a paranormal specialist that had gone there with a group of other
Mhm.
people, and all of them sensed her. Well, the last 2 years of her life that she was in Peoria State School, she was happy, and she could, her muscles had atrophied and constricted so much
Oh,
that she couldn't sit or stand, but she could pull herself around on her arms
oh,
and
wow.
would tug at people's pant legs.
Wow.
So they, these paranormal specialists go into the old
Mhm.
hospital, and they start feeling
Oh,
that tug, on their pant leg, and so they know she's
right.
there. One of the ladies that I had listened to the interview of said it, for me, that was depressing. Like, in she had
Yeah.
to live this in life. Why is she stuck like this in death? And she said, as
Right.
soon as I voiced that out loud, I saw a vision of her stand up and say, I'm fine,
Mhm.
but this is how people know it's me here. So,
Okay.
like, okay, that, because I would have been the same way. That's terrible. Give her
Yeah.
some peace now. Let her,
Right.
you know?
Right.
But,
Right.
yes. So I don't know. It all sounds interesting too.
Yeah, yeah. I have actually a couple of reviews on my website. One of them that I did for a channeling for someone, and I have one from a girl that I helped find her sister who was missing.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
so it's definitely two experiences I can think of that I have the reviews for, but yeah.
Oh, wow. That's that's awesome. What do you tell people when they want to develop their sense?
I tell them that their journey is going to be completely unique to them, to always make sure that they're trusting in what they feel. At the end of the day, we're going to meet people in this world and along the path and read so many different things and come across so many different things. And I think that the authenticity of who we are and what draws us to magic is the most important part to always remember.
That I like that. Um, how do you measure success with your career? Just, I know you said the reviews and knowing people are happy. Do you feel like you've been successful?
I do. I feel like my success is weighed for me in the quality of all of the people that I have that come to me. I, love, of course, the business's growth on the more brand owner side of things, looking at all the numbers and things that we can measure success by. But when I just see all of the people and feel their presence and all the people like yourself that, come back, and that really speaks to me and my heart and why I do this, that value for what I do is there. And I feel that that value, how strong that is and felt between not just myself, but for everybody else, that's what measures our success.
So awesome. One of the things that interests me is history. I love history, primarily superstitions.
Mhm.
So my whole podcast was based on wanting to know why. Like why are we
Okay.
lifting in a well? Why do we fear the number 13, which is my favorite
Right.
number?
Mine too.
Okay, awesome. My first
So
baby was
funny.
born on the 13th of June. So I'm like, that is a good
Oh,
number for me.
aw.
And my baby was born in 2013. She just reminded me she was born in 2013. So good
Aw,
number for
so
me. I
definitely
like the
great number for you. Yeah.
number. So that's what kind of led me into this was knowing why. Uh,
Right.
and along the way, I've realized that people will say, oh, I'm not superstitious, but have their lucky
Uh-huh.
socks or what, I guess you are.
Right. Right.
I saw you
Right.
knock
Right.
on
Right.
wood when you said that. You are too. You just don't know.
Right, right. It's a wild thing. I think that, it's one of those things. It's like, well, how do you define it? What do you mean when you say superstitious? Like, do you not walk under ladders or,
Right.
exactly have something that's a lucky thing? And for me, I definitely am in that sense. I look at it as like into totems and talismans and things of that nature that, I love to kind of have some love around, so to speak. And I think that little things like that, people can have and they can hold on to is for me kind of superstition. Like if you have again something lucky or no, I don't buy that color because it's not good for me, and that no, every time I wear something blue something bad
Right.
happens, whatever the case may be is kind of that. But I don't think I personally have anything too superstitious outside of that, I would have to say.
Right. I mean, I have my good luck charms, and so but I don't consider myself superstitious either. But the more I've done
Mhm.
this, the more I'm like, I guess I really am. So,
So
but
yeah.
you're right. It's neat to hear people
Yeah.
and, their definition of it
Yeah.
as in comparing to
Mhm.
themselves. All right.
Yeah.
So, what does a typical day look like for you?
It can vary. I homeschool my son. I run the brand. I help with family things, and
Oh,
I mean, it's a whole list. I think my brain's already like, wait, hold on a second. We got to think. So a typical day, I think, would just kind of vary with
okay.
everything, but it's pretty balanced.
Awesome. That's the
Mm.
most important part is
Yeah,
having the time with your son and family and still being able to
right,
channel energy into this and you know that's a
right.
hard thing to balance.
It is, but I think that realizing how significant having that one day, really
Mhm.
is helps to make making that balance a lot easier, especially when you're someone like me who your day to day is, just kind of unknown, with
Right.
multiple different things that are going on, which I think kind of everybody has, in their own ways. But yeah.
So on your Sundays, do you work? Do you make candles or mix fragrances or do you
Oh,
just
No, it is a complete day for just me and my
Oh, that's
kiddo. We
awesome.
always go and get food out every night on Sunday night so we can, just have the time to relax during the day. I don't have to worry about anything. Sometimes I'll clean my house, refresh everything for the week and just kind of prepare, but it's mostly rest.
That's
I'm
awesome.
not gonna joke. It's my lazy day.
I love that though. Especially, do you work out of your home?
I do. So everything
So,
is done with
right,
me. Yes. So
which
no
makes it even
factories,
harder, I'm
no.
sure, to
Yep.
balance.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
yep. Yep. Every single thing is done by me.
Yeah. So that's awesome. It's good that you can stop that. You're like, no, I'm not looking at you. This is my day.
Yeah.
You just sit over there,
Yeah.
soy, and we'll play
It's
tomorrow.
it's definitely not always easy. And sometimes, if I tell myself, let's be honest, we had a pretty easy week. Things weren't so tough. Maybe this Sunday we can restock the couple of sprays. It'll make life easier for us. Monday, us will be grateful that we did it on Sunday. And then sure enough, Monday rolls around and I'm really happy that I made, the few sprays on Sunday. So it's a balance.
That's awesome. All right. Is there anything in particular you want to share? I am going to link your website and your Instagram on the show notes too, just so you
Okay.
know.
Okay, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, that would be just I guess the socials. I do have a page for the business for it on TikTok and
Okay.
Instagram. We are on Facebook as well. And then you can of course find us at barenaturalscandlesandmore.com. And we are also on the shop app as well for people who prefer to shop there. Um, Otherwise, I don't think I really have too much to add other than I'm very appreciative and grateful I got to be here with you tonight. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
having me. It was amazing. I had so much fun, and hopefully, some of our chat tonight can help some folks who are magic curious. And um,
So,
yeah,
and if not, at least help some folks that are needing some guidance and get them to.
right, right. Absolutely. Anybody who's interested in this session, you can find all the information is on my website under the spiritual guidance area. If you go to the 1 hour video chat option and scroll down is where you can see all of the reviews. If you'd like to have some confidence building before coming, but I've had a lot of people describe it as just talking with me is like talking to an old friend you haven't talked to in 6 months. So
That's
I
awesome.
love that.
That's awesome. I like
Yeah.
that too. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to my sprays getting here. They should be here any day, I think. So,
Yes, I think so. So, yes, well, thank you again. And let me know how you like the new stuff and things that you're going to try. I'm really excited for you.
all right. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Of course, take care.
We will have you back anytime you want to come talk.
Hey, that's very good to know.
All right.
I'm looking forward to another time.
Me too. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you. Bye.